Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god!
Yeah, I guess I have to finish these LEGO games off before I can be happy again because my comment section is just jam-packed full of people asking for it, so, here you go. Alright, so if you don't already know, I've been trying to platinum every single LEGO game available on the PS5 store, and there's only a few left as you can see right here. So today I chose to do the shortest out of these and platinum the LEGO Incredibles game. There's a shockingly large amount of 52 trophies inside for the platinum, but it only took me like 16 hours to beat, so that's not too shabby if I do say so for myself.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, there is like 2 stages to the platinum, first being just finishing all the levels in the game, so that's exactly what I did. And the first level opens up with you on top of a giant drill that is drilling through the city. I don't know what else a drill could do, but it's in fact doing its purpose on Earth, so you can't judge. Anyways, I got to play as Mr. Incredible himself and use his giant steroid muscles to abuse the tiny peasants, or as I like to call them, normal people. But then we pulled an American moment and just decided to drop all of our problems in life and play some football, baby. But after throwing our wife away from us, we did indeed end up in a perilous situation about nearly getting grinded into little tiny itty bitty pieces. So we of course then got to play as the rest of the gang right here, trying to both save Mr. Incredible from becoming dead Mr. Incredible, and also a lot of other useless taxpayers, because if we don't, then the media is just gonna rip us to shreds. And I also had to collect 4 of these shiny bricks right here, which are used all the time in this game on top of these little pads right here. They pretty much just let you go into this building sequence and all you do is spam circle over and over. Yeah, there's literally zero ingenuity, but it's great. And after building this giant saw, we got the first trophy of the game, so I can't complain. Anyways, the second part of this level then had us inside the drill now, thanks to that giant saw. Nearly Drake's level, if you know what I mean. But once inside, we just pretty much broke everything and shut down the engine leading to the drill, finally stopping just in time. And that was it for level 1, which also popped me a trophy. Before level 2, though, the game threw us into the open world of a LEGO Incredibles game, which is definitely something to say the least. But we were forced to do a crime wave. These are very dumb, by the way, and it gets old very fast. You essentially just have to do a few objectives, usually killing enemies for citizens that are quote-unquote afraid. If that isn't democracy, I don't know what is. But after completing one mission of 2 here, I got a trophy. And I was then cosplaying as an ice cream driver since the kids love it. And I ended up finishing the first crime wave of the game, which was, as you could guess, a trophy. There was then this level up next, which had us on a train, and obviously we had to take it over or something. Honestly though, this is the worst level in the game, and I hate it. So here are some random clips of me getting lost on what to do, and also the trophy for finishing the level in its entirety. The next level though was much better, and we got to play as Jack, who was the Incredible family's youngest and indeed a diaper still. But this young lad had nearly every single superpower you could imagine, so we got to pretty much just test drive his excellence, but against raccoons in this level. So overall, it was a great experience and kind of funny at the same time. Now I know my humor is horrible, but still. Anyways, that was only the first part of this level, since the last part had us playing as Miss Incredible and this electric guy. That is definitely just his name. Electric guy. But we pretty much had to stop this ship because it has been completely taken over by the screenslaver. That is the villain of this game, by the way. And the person pretty much does nothing aside from hypnotizing people with screens. Reminds me of Cocomelon and any kid under the age of 4. Anyways, back to trophies. I did this little puzzle on this terminal right here and got a trophy, so that's cool. This level did have a quite confusing ending though, and we got a makeshift boss fight against these plasma screens. Honestly, I have a solution. Just smash them. But that wouldn't be fun, so we had to do puzzles and crap. I did beat the level though, and here's that trophy. Next level then had us chasing after the screenslaver, of course, because we are hot on his tail after the last level. So we literally did chase him actually, and bro has drip, I can't lie. We actually did get the guy, but it turns out this was just another poor tax-paying citizen who has been fooled by the screens, and we wasted all of that effort for a measly pizza delivery man. Oh yeah, and a trophy. Next level then had the screenslaver back at it again, hypnotizing everyone. And when I say everyone, I literally mean everyone. This entire level just had us fighting heroes who got hypnotized. It was kind of stupid. Extremely stupid, actually. And we ended up solving nothing because everyone is still hypnotized. But hey, at least we got a trophy. The next level was then the final one for this part of the story, and this game is, by the way, split into both movies, but it started with the second one. Why? I have no clue. But it began with us sneaking around trying not to make too much of a scene. And after we made it to this room full of civilians that are all on fire, we decided it's time to do some hero work and built this giant sprinkler thing which saved everyone. Now that's science. Next section of the level then had us do a boss fight against Mr. Incredible, but the evil kind. And it was pretty standard for the most part. You just wait for the enemy to get tired and then hit it once and then wait again. But I'm almost certain my game broke because he just stopped not getting tired, if that makes sense. And I just couldn't do any damage. So that was great, and I ended up restarting my game. Thankfully, it just threw me back in at my most recent save, so I didn't have to redo everything. And this time, the fight worked like it should have, which allowed me to punch Bob relentlessly. We also ended up taking over Frozone and using his powers against Bob to get them both out of the evil trance they are in. But sadly, the party got put to a halt when this blue-haired lady showed up. Now, she had me at blue hair, so I tried harder than usual to eliminate the threat. And we actually did it super quickly by just freezing a ramp and allowing Mr. Incredible to commit hate crimes on her in the name of the free world. What a great mission. Would recommend to a friend. Oh, and yeah, that is the screenslaver right here. Low-key, she be screaming Karen energy, so I'm glad she's gonna be behind bars. And there's Level's trophy. So now we get to flashback to the first movie and do those few levels before heading over to clean up the open world and get all of those trophies. The first level for this movie had us playing as Mr. and Miss Incredible before the fame, and the entire level had us just trying to make it over to this one building which had some mime villain lord inside of it. But shortly after seeing his beautiful face, I got a trophy in combat for using this ginger and getting a kill, which is absolutely hilarious because he is definitely special needs also. A true diamond in the rough, if you will. We then had a giant boss fight against the mime actually, and bro came prepared for this, I can't lie. Like, I almost wanted to let him win because this was awesome. Leagues above whatever the hell the screenslaver lesbian was doing the whole time. But anyways, we also got thrown into a maze, which was a neat little change of pace from the lasers getting sent at us over and over. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the level. If you're wondering, no, we didn't catch the guy, but we did blow up a train and put countless lives at risk, while also getting married on the same night. And they said multitasking was impossible. So yeah, there's the level's trophy. The next level was then just on fire the whole time. Like literally, it was on fire. Everything was on fire. I almost thought I accidentally launched Doom Eternal with the amount of fire everywhere. And yeah, there's the trophy. So just for some lore real fast, Bob here got a package from some pretty lady in the mail inviting him to the forest for fun times. And he agreed without hesitation. Down bad, Bob. Down bad. Which is why the next level was at the forest and it was everything but a pleasant time like she promised. In fact, we even got the boss battle, the Omni Droid, whatever the hell that means. And it was shockingly the fastest fight in the game, which had us just use freeze power on the dude. How fun. Oh, and we also threw the guy into the lava directly. So yeah, he didn't die, but we did freeze him again. And I guess the rate of heating and cooling finally did it because the droid dude finally stopped working and we got a trophy for finishing the level. Next, we got forced to do an unholy amount of puzzles all in the same level, and I really don't appreciate it. This is not the tropical vacation that I signed up for. And to make it even better, we did all that work just to reach this guy's gaming setup. Granted, it does slap, but still, that was dumb. Anyways, there's the very much needed trophy. We then had a level which began with us falling from a plane miles in the sky and ended with us getting chased by evil droids in the forest and on the shoreline. What a journey. But there's the trophy. So yeah, it's the final level of the game now because that's just the time it is. And this level had us first chasing down or running away from the Omni Droid again. But it ended with us building another giant contraption as you would expect, just to use it and win, of course. Sadly, the special ginger got away, but I got a trophy, so who really cares? Now, before stage 2 of the trophy grind, I did play the bonus level because it literally forces you to. Thankfully, it was a fun one and had us just destroy the entire city with the Omni Droid as a little haha joke. And yeah, there's the trophy for the final level in the game. Stage 2 then begins, and I sort of went into it like a chicken with no head, meaning I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I did get a trophy after an hour of clueless wandering for finding every mini kit on the first level of the game. I then decided to do the correct way of cleaning this game up and went back into the open world to get stuff because it shows up on the map, and that's very convenient to be honest. So the next trophy I got was from finding my first red brick actually, because getting those as soon as possible is always a good idea in LEGO games, as I've come to learn in my time in this torture chamber we call life. I then decided to go do every single crime wave next so I could fully unlock the exploration and collectibles of the free roam world. And while doing these, I also decided to get the 75 combo trophy as well because it's sort of hard to get with the low amount of enemies in each fight. Thankfully, you can just use the emo girl's powers and roll over the same enemies with a ball for a combo streak, so that's what I did and got the trophy. The final crime wave had a boss fight against that special ginger again since he decided to get back at it in the villain world. He failed. Yeah, he failed. So there's the trophy for completing every crime wave in the game. I then went about doing collectibles in a random order, just going to the closest pretty much each time. And I was doing a race which I messed up at the start, but I ended up finishing with a time in silver rank playing as Dash. And it was actually a trophy, so I guess my failure was a good thing after all. A couple hours later, I finally managed to do 50 random crimes in the game. These are the little red dots that pop up when you're finding collectibles, and it's literally just like the same objective over and over of stopping a criminal from stealing from someone, so that's cool. A few minutes later, I also found every single red brick in the game, which are all in the open world, fun fact. Now, my next trophy was then for completing every single build in the open world. These are scattered around the entire open world, and you just spam circle like we have been the whole time. It's great. I'm kidding, my thumb hurts. Okay, so that is it for the open world. My last objective is to now get all the collectibles in the levels because I have more than enough characters and experience to do that now. And on each level, there's also a level-specific objective. The first trophy I got from these was on that level with the raccoons, and I did it perfectly, which gave me a trophy. I then used all of Jack's powers quite a while later, and I'm not going to show all of my suffering for this trophy since it's mostly my fault, but this trophy was unironically the hardest in the game and nearly made me cry. If you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about. I'll leave it at that. And actually, I'm gonna say psych on me going back into the levels because I decided to get some random trophies before that. First being for replaying a crime wave. Secondly, for freezing a cop with Frozone as if the police force isn't under enough stress already. Thirdly, for defeating a crime wave boss with a senior citizen, and I did it against the Ginger, again, because I love embarrassing that little shit. Anyways, I then did a character-specific trophy, finished an underwater race with Dory, and did both the custom character trophies in the game also. Okay, so now I actually did fully go back into the levels and clean them all up. Here we go again. On this level right here, I did a trophy which had you wheelie for 10 seconds. Easy peasy. However, this one mini kit jump took me like half an hour to do. I don't want to talk about it. I then got a trophy on the next level for catching Screenslaver pizza delivery version in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. How nice. I almost busted. Next, I went back to the first level and threw 5 enemies into the gears of the drill. Yeah, it's kind of brutal. I then destroyed all the moving boxes on this level right here because the housing market sucks. Please drop a like and subscribe. I desperately need it. Oh, and yeah, I also became a stud billionaire. Just like my wallet in real life. Coping is a necessary part of life, okay? Anyways, back to the levels. I had a challenge which made me put out all these fires with Frozone and not the giant contraption. I also then finally got true stud status or whatever the hell it is in this game's trophy. And I did this maze boss fight again without taking damage from lasers, which also gave me a trophy. I then finally did the last speedrun trophy in the game. Now that I say that, there was actually only 2 of these, but this one was much harder and had a time limit of 9 minutes to finish this entire level that was on fire from earlier. I then triggered every single trap on this jungle fake vacation level that fooled poor Bob, and I also completed that puzzle level again, but without being hit by any of the goo cannons. And I then did the freefall level without being hit by plane debris because that would probably not feel good. Now the final level trophy I had was to play the final level actually with one of Frozone's funny suits. And since I'm just so good, I figured out you can just load it up and then leave with him, and it does need work, so suck on these nuts, TT Studios. Anyways, I nearly had the platinum now, and I wanted to finally get a LEGO game to finish with my final trophy being the 100% completion one. So I set it up perfectly, and I got my last character trophy right here, with the final trophy before completion being from getting all the mini kits in the game. I then had to open up 2 more character packs before 100% completion, and there it is, the glorious final 100% completion trophy, and the platinum pop followed right after. So yeah, that was LEGO Incredibles. Honestly, it wasn't horrible, but I've played so many of these LEGO games now that pretty much none of them are fun if I'm being honest. I did take a break for a while though, as you guys could tell, so that did help me out, but it's safe to say I'm very excited to being nearly finished with this godforsaken challenge I've been doing for months pretty much. Please like and subscribe.